Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and my first dedicated Battlefield 1 video where I've learnt I really hate horses. Since playing I've learnt a new word, Equinophobia, the pathological fear of horses. Symptoms include, but are not limited to, a feeling of terror, anxiety, trembling and panic when you see one. I wonder why.
We are losing.
Honestly, I just can't help but think of that 2011 movie. Did you guys ever see Warhorse? Where they're, charging through battlefields, surviving impossible odds? Well, Battlefield 1 took it to a whole other level, and apparently horses are actually bulletproof. I mean, I don't mind a little bit of a health buff for, gameplay balance, but isn't this a bit silly? Thankfully, there is a cure for Equinophobia. Definitely one of my safe spaces to hide from the evil horses. And noting that a Mark V isn't always available, there are alternative solutions. Failing those two solutions, sometimes Equinophobia, you get lucky and it just manages to take care of itself. I think someone's been watching too many movies. That doesn't quite work in Battlefield. Anyway, Equinophobia aside, I have been trying to get good with a horse, and it is much more difficult than it looks. I will find some time to put more practice in, but until then, alternative solutions. Jokes aside, I've wanted to do a video about Battlefield 1 for a good while now. I'm continuing my Battlefield education. I started with 2042, I've done quite a lot of BF5, and now I'm on to BF1. And you guys weren't joking about the atmosphere in this game. Even 8 years later, it's highly immersive, particularly trench warfare scenes like you're seeing here. And I also really like the incorporation of the gas mask and mustard gas, one of the iconic images of World War I. A few scenes on that coming up in a moment instead of introduction. But yeah, whether the trench warfare or driving a Mark V tank through the villages and towns of France, this game's atmosphere is stunning. But specific to this video, what I really want to focus on are two elements of what I've identified as truly novel gameplay that you can't experience in 2042 or in Battlefield 5. And just for the record, in case you missed it, in a previous video where I was contemplating the future of Battlefield, what it might look like, I already spoke about the sniper sweet spot mechanic, which I, cards on the table, absolutely loathe and I hope never comes back, and engineer assault gameplay in Battlefield 1. So I'm not going to repeat those topics, it's already been said. This is just about the fun I've had with Battlefield 1, if like me you hadn't really played it before, to try and give you a little bit of encouragement, incentivization to go back and give it a shot, because it's a hell of a long way until 2026 and there's nothing wrong with mixing it up a bit. Finally, if you feel I've missed anything from the game, something that's truly unique that I should be giving a shot, please do let me know. I'm still exploring. All the feedback is welcome. But no joke though, playing this game, I remembered a line from my school days.
My friend, you would not tell with such high zest to children, ardent for some desperate glory, the old lie, dulce et decorum est, pro patria mori.
Not trying to be heavy, it just came to mind. Anyway, part 1. Now bear with me here. One of the things I really loved about Battlefield 5 was being the gunner in a fixed-wing aircraft, particularly one of the larger bombers. In addition to being incredibly good fun and highly cinematic, it was an offer that 2042 just didn't have. It was also a role which was frustratingly short-lived, and try as hard as we might, we could just never stay in the air. Now, one of my friends, Doom Ripper, who very kindly escorted me through the world of Battlefield 1, assured me that it's a different story when you play BF1. So I wanted to give it a go. And as you're going to see in the top left as I keep unlocking Codex achievements, this is my first ever try. It's one round, I've edited out the filler. This was huge fun, and it's definitely one of the things I love most about BF1. So let's take a look. Alright, that's my first kill. Now, if you haven't done this before, it's actually much harder than you think to keep the gun steady, particularly when the pilot's making maneuvers. It's not as easy as it looks.
Killed one, I killed one.
You also have a lot more freedom to move the gun around compared to BF5. While it may not be as realistic, it's a lot more fun.
Good job, buddy.
Of course, though, this is still Battlefield, so some behaviors from 2042 carry over. Rammer's gonna ram. What can you do? Anyway, we get another plane, and we continue in the round.
I got him. There's a plane behind you, behind you, behind you.
Alright, we're being chased. It's my time to shine.
Keep on shooting. Good job.
That is significantly easier than BF5. Good job.
Return to the combat area.
So after taking that guy out, we get another plane on R6, and it's my time to shine again. No kill, but dissuaded him from chasing us further so we can go on the attack.
Yeah. I'm going straight.
So we see this chap in the distance, and just to confirm, it's Mr. Ram again, so round 2. He tried it again, but Doom was ready that time and we saw him off handsomely. Anyway, screw that guy, back on the offensive. A little bit of a chase sequence here, so let's just speed it up and get to the finale of it.
Good job.
Nice, I think we're doing pretty good so far. Next we chance to cross a duel going on and make it a 2v1. And shortly after that, a heavy bomber appears. Yeah, 3-on-1 there, the guy didn't stand a chance. Anyway, someone's chasing us again, so time to defend.
I'm done. Good job. Let me know if he's retreating. I need to fall. He's still chasing. Good job.
Too steep in the dive and then took some wing damage, so that was the end of him. Anyway, after Doom pulls off this wonderful ground attack, someone gets on our tail, and let's see if I can keep my winning streak running. Sadly not. I'm sorry, Doom, I failed us. Anyway, we get one more try before the round ends.
An anti-vehicle is available at your location.
I'm claiming that as a kill. We damaged his wing.
Fly though. They die. There's another plane, another plane. Yeah. I'm not worried about this guy. He's using the wrong road. Unless he has a gun. I do 40's gonna go for the fight. See him? I hit him, I hit him, I hit him.
13 to us, 2 to them. Not bad at all for a maiden flight, and many thanks to Doom for being the pilot. Right, if you've seen this channel before, no secret, I'm an engineer slash vehicle player at heart. So imagine my joy when I saw the behemoths. I genuinely didn't know that these were in the game. My face just lit up when I realized I got to drive and fight against these things.
We have lost objective Duff. We have lost objective Edward.
I'm all out of explosives, but I refuse to give up. There must be something I can do. And then I saw someone coming out of a hatch, so I figured I'd give it a go. Anyway, if like me you had no idea what a behemoth is, basically it's a super vehicle that's gifted to the losing team at the appropriate moment in a round to try and close the gap and make it a bit more exciting. They're by no means a tournament winner, but if you don't deal with them, they can flip the fight.
We are losing objective Charlie.
Just a tip, when you get killed by a behemoth, you get to see his health bar, so you get an idea of how much more you gotta do to take him out.
Objective Duff.
The other thing to know is that behemoths have individual modules, which are crewed by human players, and modules can be destroyed before the overall vehicle is, like you're seeing here. Right, so that back turret is gone. No one else is going to be able to use it for the rest of the round. Anyway, in another round, I finally got my one and only moment so far to drive the Doom train. Okay, so in addition to being responsible for moving the train forward to capture objectives, I also have an artillery cannon on board, so I try to shoot the objectives. Yeah, these things are loads of fun. Now, I've got no idea what a behemoth could be in a modern or near modern setting for a future battlefield. I mean, the only things that come to mind are Metal Gear Rex walking in as a tank, or maybe the Flying Fortress from Avengers, but I really don't think that's going to go down well with the player base, so scrap that idea. The only person I know today still rocking around in an armored train is the Glorious Leader. But let's face it, it's a bit of a joke, isn't it? Maybe you could do something like a vehicle search where the losing team gets double the vehicles, but I don't know, something to think about. But whatever it might look like, I really like this mechanic that there's a way of helping the losing team narrow the gap and keep the round alive. I'd love for that idea to be explored by DICE. I think I've been spotted. Ah, look at me with my little armor-piercing gun. I managed to take out the turret. But I really wasn't expecting what I saw next. Like, is this some kind of French joke I'm too British to understand? Apparently this tank is actually real. So far, it's the only time I've ever seen it, and I had to give it a go. So probably best to stop staring and actually go chase after it. Do not blame him for hiding. Right, I managed to finally get in the left-hand gunner seat. What can we do with this? Sadly, the driver had no intention of giving up their seat or the main cannon, but I did manage to get on the back gun, which is a bit different. Hopefully as I keep playing I'll get the opportunity to actually drive one of them and also see the battleship, but until then, fingers crossed it goes my way. Right, I'm going to knock this video on the head there. Do let me know if you enjoyed it, if you'd like to see more Battlefield 1. I was really deeply impressed with how the gameplay mechanics, graphics, and also community population have really held up for a game that's 8 years old, and if you haven't played it, I thoroughly recommend you give it a shot. But yeah, that's all from me. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Catch you later. Bye-bye. That is actually very enjoyable.